Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to The Dame Was Loaded for episode 4, or episode 1 all over again. First of all, I want to thank y'all for the follows and subscriptions who have joined us. I really appreciate it. But I also have to apologize for the fact that we're going to have to take another run at this game because if you were here for this series, then last Monday you saw that our investigation wound up turning up nothing. So here we are, literally back at square one. And it's time to figure out what we did wrong, where we could save some time and cut corners, maybe solve this mystery a little bit faster, and try and find Dan Klein before the 3 days are up because I just did not manage it the first time around. So, I feel like we've got a bit more going for us this second time. We know a bit more about the game. We know how it works. And come down here and go ahead and start with a safety. So there we go. We know a little bit more about what we're doing. We know a little bit more about what the game expects from us, and I'm hoping that that means that we can actually solve the mystery this time around rather than running out of time. So we know some things
What do you reckon, Ralph?
that we're going to have to, actually go through.
That's one you owe me.
We know what some of these clues are for.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do. We know what some of these clues are not for.
Oh, yeah. Get the front door, will ya?
And we know some of the objectives that we have to push our way through. So, for example, last time we gave him $50.
That'll do.
That'll tide us over
Thanks
for now.
backing me up there, Ralph.
And here we go. So now we are starting over again on July 29th. We need to find Dan before July 31st comes to an end. That's what we failed to do. This time we're going to get it. Gotta have that plunger. Okay, so I think that is everything to start us out here in the office. I'm not going to belabor the point because I didn't want to just kind of slam my way through this off camera in case we ran up against something new and then I would need to stop anyway. And since the game only allows you to do so here at your desk in your office, that could be really awkward if I was part of the way through a day's worth of investigation and didn't have a great opportunity to save and then wait for the stream. So we're just going to kind of push right along with the clues that we have, and we're going to see what we can do to catch back up to where we were. I don't think it'll take that long since at least we know what we're doing, but I am going to be skipping cutscenes and stuff, so I would recommend, of course, that if you're just joining us, if this is your first time with the game, and you want to see the opening, if you want to see what the mystery is about and the setup, then go check out my YouTube and subscribe over there. And that way you can watch the VODs of the first 3 episodes, and you can see how we got to where we are, or back to where we were, I suppose. Oh, and I almost forgot the fountain pen. We hadn't found a use for that yet, but I'm sure that we will. Okay, so I think that's everything. We got the pen, the plunger, the dirty postcard, we've got the cigarette, the camera, the ring, the photo of Angela. And then, of course, we have our PI license and the photo of Dan. I don't believe that there's anything else here that we need either from the office itself or from Ralph now that we have paid off the landlord. So, okay, well, one thing I do want to do is I'm going to go out the back door rather than the front door this time because we are doing things a little bit differently. And when we went
Not
out this
without my
way,
hat.
we
The alley next to our office. The place where Angela was killed.
yeah.
Heat wave or not, I'm always cold here.
Yeah, see, the only time that we came to this alleyway before, it was nighttime, and we were not able to actually, like, investigate anything, check any of this out. I was able to get some details, like over here.
The back door to Sal's drugstore. I don't shop there as a rule. Sal pinches his pennies so hard he bruises them.
But some of this other stuff, we couldn't do anything with it because it was too dark. So maybe during daylight, we'll be able to see something different.
Those bins are talking, and I don't like the lingo. I don't like the smell of what was wrapped in them.
Okay, that's the same as last time. I think over here... No, I thought that there was something here. But I guess not. I'm not finding it. Okay, well...
It's nailed shut.
Okay, that's the same too. Well, on to our car then.
I don't know why I came here. The bullet holes in the wall are the same as they were when I looked at them drunk the other million times. My car.
Yes, your car. Okay, so, we know that in our trunk we have the tire iron, and we know that we have the wrench. We have gotten use out of both of those exactly one time, and we know when. So that means that when we are on our way to those places, we can grab them out of the trunk. Until then, I don't want our inventory to fill up. So when we go to the foundry, we will need to grab the tire iron before we get there, because, of course, when we use the map here to change locations, after selecting a location, we're going to go straight there and inside. So that means that, like, for example, here, if we were going to go to the foundry, then before we leave the office, we need to get in the trunk and get the tire iron out. Before we go to the Palm Tree Motel, we need to get in there and grab the wrench, and so on, not after we get there, because if we go inside and have to come back out to the car, that's going to take time. So, okay. Starting out, we know about the barber, the diner, the police station, the newspaper office, Jake's joint, the boarding house, and of course our client's address. We don't need to go there. We can't go to Jake's joint yet. We have to be, it needs to be evening. The boarding house has no meaning for us yet, or any that we found. We weren't even able to go there and visit. So, last time we went to the barber shop, and I think that we still need to do that, because we did get some clues about the news, and of course we need to pick up, like, that fake hair and stuff. So, alright, we're going to start with the barber shop.
Mac the barber.
Mac the knife, you mean? Okay, so...
July 29th. Morning edition.
Right.
Mayor announced...
Yep. Gonna steal some hair. Now, we did not need the hair the entire time we were playing for those first 3 episodes, so I might put that in the trunk. But we will get there. First things first.
I tell you, Scott, what's got 4
Right.
Tiger's Revenge?
Mm-hmm.
You got my nickel?
Yep.
Have a nice day, Scott.
Oh, those extreme close-ups still get me every time. Okay, so... Now, one of the things I want to practice here is checking out, like, what time it is during the day as we go to certain places. So, as of right now, it is 20 minutes to 1 in the afternoon. Okay, so...
See you tomorrow, Scott.
Let's head over to the diner, because I believe that we need to grab a donut for Officer Denton.
Meg's...
Okay, so let's do that. But first things first, let me check my watch again. Okay, it is now 1 on the dot, so it took 20 minutes to get from the barber to Meg's diner. Okay, so that is important to know, because that transitional time is going to add up. It's going to be important. Okay, so menu, donuts and coffee.
Donuts and coffee, thank.
We will eat one. We will drink the horrible coffee.
I'm full.
We will take this and put it in our inventory. We will pay. I don't think that there's anything else we can do here. Meg did not give us any clues whatsoever. She is just an amazing conversationalist, so we're not even going to bother talking to her because I don't know if talking to people takes time, but I think that it does. So...
Where's the tip?
Where's the service?
Alright, let's head on over to the police station. We'll meet our friend Officer Denton.
The city officer.
Okay, now here is where we saw the police report about the raids on the clubs. And Jake's joint was listed on there, so we need to grab that after he goes for a refill. But then we also need to show him the picture of Dan in order to find out that Dan Klein has an alias. So, I'm not sure what order to do that in, because he didn't get testy right away with us. So let me see.
Tell me about Dan Klein.
Never heard of him. I guess he ain't done anything wrong yet.
Okay. I'm going to ask about Angela, too.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Anger?
Right, okay. So now he's going to get testy. So let me grab the donut. That will put him in a bit better mood. Oh, actually... Yeah, I'm going to do that first because I don't want to risk that he's going to get upset and throw us out and waste time if I show him the picture of Dan first. So let me grab that first.
A raid roster.
Okay, put that in our inventory. So now we have that information and we can get into Jake's. Over on Dog Alley. Come on, Denton. Okay, now he should be in a bit better mood. So, let's show him the photo of Dan.
That's Dan Small.
So, Dan Klein is known around town as Dan Small. A man with an alias is a man with a secret.
Okay, and of course that is important because that is how we unlock the knowledge that Dan Klein and Dan Small are the same person, and we need that in order to ask other people about Dan Small.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Small fry, more than likely. Haven't pinned anything on him yet, but I heard he hangs out with lowlife.
Got any names for me?
No one springs to mind.
Okay, so let's check our watch. It is now almost 2.
Stay out of trouble till I see you again.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Okay, so now we're going to go to the newspaper office because we have nowhere else to go at the moment.
The Tribune.
And we need to
waits
go
the
meet
town-
Frankie. Now, I did my best to go back and, double check the VODs of the episodes we'd already played through, so I've got a list of what we're trying to accomplish. And I'll ask y'all to help, and, if I start to do something foolish, or if you see some place where maybe, if you know more about the game than I do, or if you remember better, someplace that we could cut a corner and either skip a useless clue or go straight on to some other plot point or a faster way to get an item, then do speak up and let me know, because we need to cut every corner that we can while still solving the mystery in order to get some kind of good ending rather than another Dame over. Okay, so Frankie, we need to know about Dan Small.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Dan who? Never heard of him. Newspapers don't write themselves, Scott. I'm busy.
Okay.
Be my guest.
Let's find out what they know about Dan Small.
What have you got on Dan Small?
I'm not skipping this cutscene because
Nothing.
that's the best one in the
Dan
game.
never made the news, so he's either very, very good or exactly the opposite.
Okay. I don't think that there's anything else that we can realistically do here. And again, like, I'm watching the clock. It is now 3 o'clock. So, like, I don't think that we got anything from, because before we were going through every single one of these conversation topics, so I kind of have a short list of topics based on the person we were talking to that didn't get us anywhere. So I'm hoping that that means that we can save some time by not speaking to anyone about these topics, but this is also where I want to do like a definitive experiment, because we have nowhere else to go from here except back to the office to pass time, so that then we can get into Jake's joint. So, again, checking our watch, it is 3 on the dot, so I'm going to talk to her. I want to ask about Angela.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
You'll never forget her, will you?
Okay, so having done that, I'm going to check the watch again. It is still 3 p.m. That is important. So that tells me that it either takes minimal time, to the point where maybe you have to ask multiple questions before it starts to add up in the game clock when you are discussing these conversation topics, or the game is not tracking that. So once you get to a place, that takes time, but actions within that place, some of them may not, or at the very least, conversation topics don't. So it seems. Okay, so.
Au revoir, Scott. That's French for see you later.
Back out to the car. So now we need to head back to the office, because from here we can save it and we can pass time.
My office.
Yay,
Here
he got
I
his
am
hat
again.
on there.
Every private investigator has an office, same as every dog has a kennel. Mine doesn't have quite as many old bones lying around.
I don't remember if he said that last time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to save it. And just in case, because you never know, I am saving it on a different file from our original save.
Business is booming, Scott. Brewer's away somewhere, and we're getting business that might have gone to him.
Brewer, for his sake, he better stay out of town.
Don't be sore at Brewer for what happened while you were drunk, Scott.
It was Brewer who was pouring the drinks.
For a whole month? Anyway, keep moving on the Klein case. July's getting old. I'll man the phone and look after the other cases.
Sure you will. Okay, that's a cutscene we actually did not get last time. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but that might have been because we spent so much time trying different things, talking to people, and also doing stuff like, when I didn't know what I was doing, I went into the police station and Denton threw me out, and I went back in like 2 or 3 times until I figured out that I needed to give him the donut to calm him down. So that means that we lost some time, and when we eventually came back to the office in order to take a nap and wait for evening before going to Jake's joint that first time, I think Ralph had already gone home, or we got there just in time to pass him on the other, like going the other way. So... okay, so that's something already that we did not see the first time. And I don't know how valuable it will be, but every little thing adds up. Like, every little thing that we did not get last time is a clue. So, let's go ahead and take a nap.
Siesta time.
All right, after this, we're going to wake up. We're going to head to Jake's joint.
Good night, partner.
Likewise.
Okay. Let me double check the clock. Okay, and it is, what is that, 6:45? So, okay, it should be open.
Jake's joint.
Let's try it.
You come to get drunk and shoot up the place again?
No, we came to give you this. There we go. Okay, so now we are back with our friends Gigi, Mickey, and Red. So, when we were here last time, I don't remember if we learned anything useful. I think that we need to ask them about Dan Small, and that's where we learned about Freddie
Poker
Creel.
game. Minimum.
So we need to play poker at least once.
Which ones will I throw out?
Okay, let's see. I've got a pair of twos, 9, 10, jack. I'm going to go bold. We have a pair, which is something. And since we're not really playing to win at the moment, like I am not specifically trying, I'm not here to earn a bunch of money, then I need to just play the hand in order to get the clue.
I'll have 3.
3 cards here. 3 my way.
Oh, there's... Really? I threw away a 10 and a jack and they dealt me a 10 and a jack. Okay.
GG raised. Mickey called. Red raised.
Okay, well, I do feel better about playing poker because I know that it is possible for me to win a lot of money. And so right now, of course, we have $63.75 after eating and getting a shave and paying the landlord and so on. So, what I can do is when we reach a point where towards the end of the episode, like I'm gonna cut it off anyway, then I can save it, like at the office, because that's where I have to go to pass time in order to come back here and have Jake's joint be open anyway. So I can save it there at the typewriter, then I can come straight over, and honestly, I can just load spam until I win a couple good hands in a row. You know, I'll lay down like a $20 bet or something and win $80 or $100 or what have you.
Gigi called. Mickey called.
He won with 3 of a kind and a pair. Okay, well, I mean, fair enough.
Okay, Scotty, what do you want to know?
Okay, we need to know about Dan.
Tell me about Dan Small.
No. I haven't seen him around lately. No.
Okay, so that, let's see, here we go. Yes, that unlocked the clue about Freddie Creel. Now, we need to find out about Freddie because we don't know much about him yet. So let's go ahead and play another hand. We're going through our money kind of quick, but most things are cheap, so poker is the only thing that really costs a lot of money at once. Let's see. Oh, man. 3 and a 5 of spades. We've got an ace and a king and a queen. Oh, that's rough. I don't want to belabor the point, but I'm still trying to lose the minimum amount of money possible because that way I can spend the least amount of time possible later earning it back. Should I throw this queen away and just keep the ace and the king? I mean, I'm just as likely to get another 5 or a 3 after I throw these away as I am a king, queen, or an ace, I suppose. Those are just higher, so that's why I'm keeping them in the hope that maybe I can get a pair. But if I throw too many cards away, of course, then they're going to deal me back something that I tossed. I'm never sure in these situations, but I don't want to linger on it. What I need is to be better at poker. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to throw the 3 and the 5.
2, thanks, Mickey. Gigi's keeping his hand.
3 my way.
1.
Okay, so we have literally nothing. But we had nothing to begin with because they didn't deal with something we already had. Okay.
Gigi stayed. Mickey raised. Red raised. Gigi called. Mickey called.
2 hands in a row. All right. Oh, okay. Fair enough again.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
Tell us about Freddie Creole.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Yeah, they pulled him out of that crusher, put a stamp on him, and posted him to the coroner.
Okay, so I think that is about all we can do on day one, unless we wanted to sit here and play more poker, which I'm not going to do right now.
Dan associated with Freddie Creel. A clean boy from Oregon is getting dirtier all the time. Freddie Creel faced his end, literally, in a crusher. The paper and the police will have the gory details.
Okay, so that's telling us, because last time I think we got thrown out, and when you get thrown out of a place, Scott does not do his little cogitation in the car, so you don't get his take on the new information. And that can be important sometimes, as I think I mentioned once before in an earlier episode, because like in this case, he's telling us we need to go ask more about Freddie Creel at the police station and at the newspaper. So, and yeah, I actually don't know if you can bluff them. I have learned some things in playing, like, too much poker with the three hoodlums here. That, for example, they do have a cash limit, so you can only win so much from them per night, and that is presumably the game's way of keeping you from doing exactly what I was trying to do, which was play a million hands of poker until I ran out of time in the evening so that I would never need for money again the rest of the game. And I was just shamelessly load spamming and then going back in and making really good bets, or really high bets, and then hoping for a good pull of cards. But if you can bluff them, I don't know. They can certainly bluff me. There was one hand, I think, where they raised it awfully high, and finally I did fold. Okay, back to our office.
Back at my office.
Yay, got his hat on there again. Okay, so once again, I am going to save it. Then we're going to roll right on out into day 2. So,
Bedtime.
okay. Now, what time does he wake up? Okay, it is 11 a.m. Is Ralph here? Ralph is not here yet. He will be back later. I think that we need to go and hit the barber up again. Now that is 11 a.m., right? Gosh, I hope. Okay. Oh, wow. Wait, is it still nighttime? I think it might still be nighttime.
I'm not tired. I've spent long enough lying around.
Huh. Wild. Okay, we'll get a handle on this. Let's go and double check.
Mac would be closed now.
Okay. Huh. I think it's 11 p.m. and not 11 a.m. Because it is still dark, so we're gonna have to wait, I guess. Okay, now, before we've encountered some puzzles where when we passed a little bit of time, it sort of reset things. So before I pass too much, that should make it 1 a.m. Let me see whether or not I can go ahead and sleep again. That would be nice, but no, Meg's Diner is closed in the evenings.
I'm not tired.
Well, you should be, Scott. Oh, boy. Okay, I hope this doesn't throw a wrench in our plans. Okay, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the smart thing. So, here we go. I just saved after coming back from Jake's joint. Right, okay. So it is now 10 o'clock. Right? Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it expects you to stay there longer. I'm going to pass some time. Okay, so now it's midnight. I'm worried because it might be because he's still like refreshed from the nap or something. I didn't realize that this was going to be a game mechanic, that you couldn't just force the passage of time because he's not tired. So this is already a new wrench in our plans. So, okay. I have passed time to midnight. Let me try to rest now.
Bedtime.
And let's see what time he gets up. Come on, Scott. Wake up at like 8 a.m. That's what I want because I want to have the most time left in the next day. Okay, there we go. Now it is 7 a.m. That is much better, I think. I'm going to do a safety. There we go. You can see that I'm great at indexing. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it might not be so much that he's not tired as it is that there are milestones for resting.
July morning. Oh,
right, heat wave. Okay.
How about that?
Haircut, shave.
I'm not taking any more of your bets. You got my nickel?
Yep. Okay. Now, during that conversation before, he mentioned Freddie Creel, so that should give us another clue. Now, I think that we need to go and grab another donut.
See you tomorrow, Scott.
Back.
So, now something else that I want to do, because I don't know when it's going to come in handy, is I want to grab the blue plate special. I think that was the one that gave us the knife and fork, right? I'm pretty sure. I want to do that earlier this time because we did not actually... I think it was breakfast on day 3 was when I did that, maybe? And so we didn't have the knife and fork, and that means that if they came up earlier, we would not have been able to use them. So we know that we're gonna need a donut. I am almost positive. I guess I should do that first. So, or did we? Wait, is that the reason we started experimenting? I got the other thing because we went there and he didn't have any clues, maybe? So, okay, let me grab the blue plate special then.
Try the blue plates.
Okay, so here we go. Spoon, knife, fork.
I'd rather not stick my face.
Right. Pay. Okay, now what time is it? Just in case. Okay, it's still pretty early. It's only 8:15. That's not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the donut anyway.
Donuts and coffee, thanks.
There we go. That way we actually do get some food.
Damn. I'm full.
So now we have it. And then if we do need it, we've got it.
Where's the tip?
Where's the service? Okay. So we are off to a pretty good start. So, importantly, I believe what I have here in my notes is that we did go to the police station, and we did not learn anything useful. We might later in the day. So, what I want to do then is we're going to skip and go to the newspaper office so that it doesn't cost us any time, and maybe after we know more, like after we've learned about Thumbs Mackenzie and so on, we can come back to the police station. So, newspaper first.
Hello, Frankie. How you doing?
Better than you. You look sick. You eating properly?
Yeah. Hey, come eat with me.
No thanks, no time. Besides, I thought you were still drinking your lunches.
Okay, so let's see. We need to go straight to the morgue, I guess? Yeah, okay, we do not have to talk to her first. So let's ask about Freddie Creel.
What have you got on Freddie Creel? Seems that Freddie Creel was arrested a couple of times for minor offenses.
Okay, so this is where we should learn about Louise. So... Okay, and Thumbs Mackenzie, great.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She wasn't very cooperative when we tried to get a human interest angle on the late Freddie. She seems all right, just closed-mouthed. Pity she married a creep. All the good-looking dames seem to make that same mistake.
Not you.
Yeah, but it was a close call.
Okay, so let's see. We need to ask them about Thumbs.
What have you got on Thumbs Mackenzie? Thumbs Mackenzie.
Okay, so that should tell us that he's in jail, of course. So now we have that. Now, I think this is what happened last time. I want to go back to the police station because we went there first because we were visiting places in the same order last time. So that means that I went to the police station before we knew about Louise or Thumbs, and the only thing that we had that was new to ask about was Freddie. And then Denton didn't want to hear it because, of course, we didn't feed him a donut.
Ciao, Scott. That's Italian for shut the door behind you.
Okay, so now let's go to the police station.
Cop stations.
Anger.
That's the name on my license.
Okay, so let me ask about Freddie Creel.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
A small-time hood with big-time ambitions. Too bad for him. Ended up pitched head first into a crusher by one of his business partners.
Okay, now just in case, I'm going to go ahead and give him the donut because we're also, we're already almost at our inventory limit already. Now, we don't have anything to do today, I don't think.
A piece of paper. I can't read it from here. A citation. Officer Wilson is getting a medal for bravery.
Okay, so no big deal. We'll wait for him to come back. He should be in a good mood. We'll ask him about Thumbs Mackenzie, too.
Tell me about Thumbs Mackenzie.
A two-bit thug who likes to use his hands. We nailed him at the scene of his last crime, the murder of Freddie Creel. Not a pretty sight.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She's never done anything except marry the wrong guy.
Okay, so that's all we can ask about right now. Now, those are clues that we did get later because, of course, on day 3 I came back and spoke with Denton, and he was in a fairly good mood, and we were able to talk to him about pretty much everything on our conversation list. But this way, we've got the clues earlier if we need them. Okay, so...
Stay out of trouble.
What kind?
All kinds.
So that's all we can do here for now. Now, while we are here, before we leave... Here's what I want to do. Louise Krill's apartment. There's the foundry. So, I want to go to the trunk. And I want to put a couple things away because we have not been using them. So, the dirty postcard. Okay. Let's see, what else? The hair, because we didn't find a use for that yet. That's going to go in here for now. The fountain pen. Oop, crud, I hate when I do that. Put that in here. The ring. We hadn't found a use for that yet. And so we're about to get rid of the cigarette when we go talk to Thumbs Mackenzie, so that's not a big deal. The photos we need to keep, these I'm carrying because this is the earliest in the game that we have had them. And so I want to see how they get used, if maybe something comes up. The plunger did not come up on anything that we did on day 2 that I can remember. I have a theory about it, something that I want to try, but we don't need it right now. What we do need is the tire iron, because we're going to go to the foundry. Now, let me double check what kind of time we're looking at. Okay, so it is still only 11 in the morning. That means that we should have plenty of time to go to the foundry first, and then visit Louise. And we know what we need to do at Louise's apartment. So, let's head over this way. We're going to go to the foundry, because they close pretty early. It's at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. So let's see. Our watch. Okay, it's only noon, so that's not bad. Okay, first things first. I'm not even going to look. We know what we need to do here. Put that in there. Crush it.
Crushed. Now I can change a tire from under a garage door.
Okay, grab it. And let's look down here. And there's the pencil from the Palm Tree Motel. Let's fish that out. Okay, good. So this is the earliest we've had this as well. That's also very important.
From the Palm Tree Motel. Full of lead, like half the people who stay there.
Okay. That's important because now we may have it on the map. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that that adds it as a lead, and we might be able to visit the Palm Tree Motel as early as today on day 2. And if that is the case, especially if we can go there later in the evening, that would be great, because then all the stuff that we did there on day 3, we can go ahead and get done, and then we will have all of day 3 free to chase other leads. That is my goal, to do as much as I can on day 2, because day 3 is where, like, we have to follow these clues, we have to put them together, and we've got to find Dan or some kind of lead on him. Now, something else that I'm looking forward to, and one of the reasons I wanted to come to the Foundry, is you may remember, in episode 2, we did come to the Foundry first, and before we did all of that saving and loading and running back to try and grab everything in Louise's apartment, right? We came to the Foundry, and he looked at the forklift, and we were able to, like, open it up and climb up on it and stuff. And then we came back on day 3, he mysteriously was just like, nah, he didn't want to interact with it. So I'm hoping that now, since this is day 2, we are here, we should be able to do something with the forklift.
Metal stuff.
Okay, so let's see.
A forklift. A dangerous machine when moving.
Okay, so he still says the same stuff about it. Aha, here we go. So this is the screen we did not get on day 3, right? So we can climb up into the driver's seat. We can also, right here, we can open this. So when we climbed up, we weren't able to do anything. Yeah, see, and I'm not seeing anything. We can't start it up. Nothing. But when we did this, see now, okay, so we need to examine this carefully. I think that there was like a cut wire. Is this it right here, maybe?
Cut wires?
Yeah.
Looks like someone wanted this beast off the road.
Okay. So now cut wires. So we have this clue now. I don't know what good it does us yet, but it is a clue that we wound up not getting on day 2 before, because even though I came here and it is in the VOD that like we saw this clue, Scott did not have it because we wound up not being able to do anything with it, and after doing Louise's apartment, it was too late to come back. It is still noon. That's good. Time is not passing. So, let's see. All right. I'm not seeing anything else.
They won't join. The middle lengths have been removed.
Oh. Okay. That's useful to know.
They won't join.
Okay.
The middle lengths have been removed.
So they're not just cut. People have taken like a chunk of the wire out. That's a clue. This is obviously a puzzle. We need to do something here in order to get something else out of the forklift. That is my presumption. He's telling us that there is a way that we could join the wires. Let's see, how would we do that? Maybe we could use the tire iron again? Nope, that's not lighting up. Oop. Could... That's... No way. Is that what the cutlery is for? Can we use, like, the spoon and the knife and stuff, maybe to join the wires back together here? That is... If that's what we're doing, that is incredibly obtuse, because there's no indication of that any of that is possible. This is all, like, random chance that we would even have the cutlery and then be looking at the forklift. But it is metal. Oh my god. No freaking way. Look. Oh my lord. Okay, okay, but this is great. This is great because this is something we did not have. This is new. Okay. So we have used a spoon? Oh, and we can take it back? Oh no. See, there it is laying there. Oh no, if we can take it back out, that is very unfortunate, because that means that we might not be meant to leave it behind. Okay. Anywhere that I click now, all I'm doing is taking the spoon back out. I wonder, I've got to see. Yep, so the fork works too. What about the knife? The knife does not work. Oh, wait, no. Did I grab the pencil? Yeah, I grabbed something else. There's the knife. Okay. So the knife also works. Okay, I feel like I'm going to use the fork here because I feel like the knife and the spoon might be the most likely things that we will need again later on in the game for a different puzzle if they are going to come up a second time. So I'm going to use the fork. Okay, let's close this. And now maybe the forklift will run. What does that mean, though? Okay, I'm still not getting... I'm still not getting anything here. I don't see any new place that we can click. I didn't... Huh. Okay. Well... I'm not 100% sure exactly what else we need to do. I'm right-clicking and I'm not getting any messages or anything, so... Is there anything else out here, perhaps, that we can mess with? That is all to get up in the cab. Nothing over here. This is to back away. Do we need to use, like, more than one of them? Are there multiple wires? Oh! Oh, okay. It takes 2 pieces of cutlery. Uh-huh. Do we need to use the knife also, then? Is that...
Nah.
Okay, 2 is enough. Uh-huh. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. But where are we getting? It's still not doing anything. I keep getting, like, so excited because we're solving new puzzles. Like, yeah! And then the game immediately lets me down because nothing happens.
Cut wires and makes cutlery. I knew her cooking was industrial strength.
Okay. And it is miraculously still noon. That is also very good. Okay, so we can take things out and put them back. But I cannot do anything else, like, with it? Suggestions. Because I don't see anything else here to be done. Let me back all the way out. I don't see anything else out here that maybe we need to do.
A forklift.
Okay. So he gives the same description, basically. Oh. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that's tiny. That's tiny. Okay, so we do get a different cursor. I was moving all over the place, and look, if I move, like, right over it and it doesn't change. Oh gosh, these happy accidents. Okay, so right here. Anything?
The ignition.
Aha. Now we're rolling. Hey. Boy, I hope we don't get in trouble for this.
A corpse. Something's
Whoa.
going on, and it stinks worse than this guy.
Oh. Well, now, this is new. Okay, first things first. How much time do we have to spend here? It is still noon. Who is this guy?
A corpse.
A corpse. Okay, so someone was crushed in here, like, or something. Okay, I'm examining everything before I go down here because, you know, just looking for other clues. Like if the guy's got a ring on or something.
A corpse.
So all of this is him. That is unfortunate. Does this look familiar to you all?
A wallet. Let's see who you were, pal. Carl Brewer.
What?
A dead detective is a bad omen. Things are getting messy.
Oh, they never told us how Carl Brewer died or where they found him. This is his body. Oh, wow. Okay, this is huge. Because this means several things. One, we now know where Carl Brewer died, and it was at the scene of Freddie Krill's murder as well. Two, yes, free money. Which I will absolutely take. Doodly doo doo doo. We need it more than him, right? That looks good. Three, we've got his PI license and his gun license now, which we needed earlier, his PI license at least, because we used that to solve a puzzle at the Palm Tree Motel. So now what that means is that we have these clues an entire day before we had them last time. And finally, and perhaps best of all, we do not have to distract Denton to get him away from the evidence box so that I can dive in there and try to grab these two things out of the box before he comes back, which was a bit of a struggle because that happened very fast. Okay, so nothing else. Let's go ahead and look at these things.
Brewer's private investigator license. He should have carried a police badge instead. It might have deflected the bullets.
Okay.
Brewer's gun license. My wallet's been lighter since Denton took mine off me. And it didn't seem to do Brewer any good.
Okay. This is wild, kids. I don't see anything else we can do on this screen. Oh, man. And now that the forklift has been moved... Okay, so this... we can go back to that scene.
A forklift. A dangerous machine when
right.
moving.
Okay, so... we don't need to use the forklift anymore. And there doesn't appear to be anything else going on over here now that it has shifted positions. Ooh, okay. I've got a very good feeling about all of this. This is already going much better than even I had hoped.
I left the corpse in the open for the foreman to see. A double murder. Now he can charge $2 for the tour. He's already called in the first customers. The city police. The Palm Tree Motel pencil could be a lead. Or it could be a pencil.
Okay. So, carefully, I want to take the flat tire iron. Before we go anywhere else, I'm going to put it in the trunk. And we had not found a use for the pencil yet. I'm going to put it in the trunk as well. This explains why the pencil was at the scene of the murder, though, y'all. This might be it. Because we know that Carl Brewer was staying at the Palm Tree Motel while he was surveilling Dan Klein, or like while he was trying to find him and investigate him. So that I feel like that closes that loophole. The pencil was there by the crusher because Carl was there by the crusher. So what happened? He trailed Dan here, and then when he witnessed Freddy's murder, someone capped him in order to keep him quiet? I'm guessing? Perhaps. Okay. Alright, it's now 12:30. We need to go to Louise's apartment. We need to go to the jail. let's see here. There we go, y'all. There we go. The Palm Tree Motel is absolutely on our map. So maybe we can get there today. Now, I'm guessing that they will be open later. So I am going to take a gamble. I think we need to go to Louise's apartment first. Then let's go to the jail, because the jail will be easy. And then we'll come back to the motel. How does that sound to y'all? I think that will give us the best timeline, because when we want to catch Louise for sure. We want to get that over with, get that clue, and get the First National Bank like on our list of conversation topics. That way we have to do that before we go to the jail, so that way we can ask Thumbs McKenzie about the First National, because that was important. Then the motel should be open later than anywhere else, and if we have time and it's not evening yet, we can head back there, and we can get, like, through that scene maybe. This also works because if we go to Louise's, I'm probably going to want to save it after we get that done successfully, if we have time. So that means we can stop by our office while Ralph is still there. I will do a safety save, and then we can go ahead and activate the thing where next time that we go to see her, he will give her the encyclopedia salesman bit, so that then we can get into the combination safe when we go back there, maybe on day 3. Yeah, okay, I think this is all coming together. So let's go hit up her apartment.
Louis?
Okay, so. Knock, 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 Miss Creel. All right. We know what we have to do here.
I'd like to ask you some questions, Mrs. Creel.
Okay, so, Freddie.
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
And herself.
Tell me about...
You first.
Okay. And now this is important because Carl Brewer is on our conversation list on day 2 as well, and we didn't get to ask her about him before. Angela.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Of course. Angela and I were...
Okay. Dan.
Tell me about...
One of my husband's associates.
Thumbs.
Tell me about Thumbs.
I hope he burns.
Okay. And now Carl.
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
Oh, surely we have more interesting things to talk about.
Indeed we do. How about a drink, Mrs. Creel?
Go ahead and pour yourself a drink, Mr. Anger. I'll get you some ice.
Okay, handbag.
I'm sure she won't miss this.
Let's get this in our inventory real quick. There we go. This is the short one. We're going to wait for her to come back so that we do not get caught. And don't let me forget, when she goes back to empty the ice bucket the second time, we need to take the painting off the wall and find the safe, because I don't know if that's required for us to open it later.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Okay, so real quick. Okay. And now, here we go. Move, 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 Starfish. Hairpin. Okay, back in here. This goes here, if I'm not mistaken.
Holiday snaps.
Okay. Back inside. There we go, and that is locked. And now we just nonchalantly wait for Mrs. Creel to return. Y'all, I want you to know in this moment of silence while we're, like, just waiting for her return that I feel a lot better the second time around. Well, actually, I guess that's what, like the 5th or 6th time around. But I feel a lot more confident doing that. Part of it is because it is no longer a mystery. Like, we know what we need from that, and we know the steps that we need to take in order to get through that sort of quick time event, as it were. But that was still really stressful. Even though I knew exactly what I was doing, and even though I knew exactly the order in which I needed to do those things, I still, like, all of me tensed up. Like, I had a PTSD flashback from her catching us. You creep. Pulling a gun. Okay. Now, here's where I need y'all's help. Making a decision. Since we have seen the photos, we can now ask her about First National Bank. This is something that we never did, even when we got to day 3 and we came back to see her a second time. We did wind up trying the door into her apartment to snoop around further on into her house while she was on the phone with Ralph. And thankfully, I agree with what you said in chat, that it was basically the best possible outcome, is that she was just like, oh, no, don't worry about it, I'll be right back in a minute. And she didn't get mad at us, but there also wasn't anything else to explore, so it is just this one room. All of that said, we still never once asked her about First National. Do you think that we should do that now? Because I don't want her to get mad and throw us out. We will need to come back here in order to get into the safe. But at the same time, if she's got information, we need to know about it, and we are trying to get clues as quickly and as early as possible in our investigation. So I'm going to let y'all make this mistake for me. Should we ask her? Okay. I'm so tense because I am terrified that when I click on this, we're going to get that cutscene again. She's going to start yelling. She's going to pull a gun and throw her out. And I'm going to have to load it. I'm going to have to load it and do all of this again. Please. Oh, please. Please don't let that be what happens.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
Oh, Mr. Anger. I'm worried that Frederick might have been mixed up in that business. He never told me anything, but I remember he took some photographs of me outside the bank. I don't know more than that. Can't we just let the dead rest in peace?
We can, but the police usually don't.
Okay. Very interesting and definitely worth the risk. Okay, because before she said she thought that he might have other ways of making money, but he never talked about them with her, and she didn't know what they were. But at the same time, she knew he associated with criminals like Dan and Thumbs, and also Gigi, Mickey, and Red said that she had been with Freddy to come visit Jake's joint. So we know she's mixed up in this more than she's letting on. But for her to so freely offer that information, and rather than freaking out, she just told us up front, like, yeah, you know, actually, he took pictures of me in front of the bank. I'm worried that maybe he was part of the diamond robbery or had something to do with it. Like, that's a lot for her to just lay on the table. That's very interesting that she would decide to tell us that much, especially when we asked out of nowhere she was out of the room, so she can't know that we got into her photographs over there, and that that's how we got access to First National Bank as a conversation topic. Because, trust me, if she did know that that was how we found out, she would have told us.
It's nice to have company. None of Frederick's friends visit anymore.
Okay. Okay.
I won't take up any more of your time, Mrs. Creel.
It was a pleasure.
Well,
all right. Very interesting. Very interesting. It's also important to me that Scott knew right away that First National had to do with a diamond robbery, because before I was surprised when he started asking people about that, and he just brought it up. So, okay, what time is it now? It is 2 o'clock. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and follow through with what I said before. We're fairly close to our office. Let's go back and save so that we don't have to do this part again. We'll talk to Ralph, then we will head over to the jail and talk to Thumbs, and then we will head to the Palm Tree Motel.
Back at my...
Oh. Put that back up there. Goodness gracious. Okay,
There he is. What's the story?
I gave him the story. What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon there might be something to be found in the Creel apartment. You could break in, but I hear tell that's illegal, and the cops don't like you as it is. Is her phone in the living room?
No.
Easy.
okay, there we go.
Next time you visit her, I'll call her up and give her the insurance salesman play.
Alright, that's what we needed. Okay, so let's go ahead. This is going really well. I hope y'all are as happy with our results this evening as I am, because we are flying through this, and it is proof that this investigation, like, once we know what we're doing, it's manageable. Okay, so let's see how much time that took. It is almost 3. It's 2:30. I think that that means we have enough time to go back and visit the jail, for sure. And then, once we talk to Thumbs, let's try the Palm Tree Motel. Now, both of those are important, but on day 3, we didn't get to the Palm Tree Motel until day 3. Yeah, on our previous play, I should say. So, it might not hurt us if we don't get there today. What I'm going to do is let's run through to the jail. Let's get that done, and then see if after the jail we can go to the Palm Tree Motel. And then if we can, great. If not, and we decide that that is more important, then I just saved it so I can load it and come back. Okay.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise.
All right. Now, also it's important, we never went to the First National Bank before, and I was worried that that was one of the things that we needed to do, that we didn't do. So I'm still not 100% sure about that. I want to play to what I am sure about. This is also because, like, one of the reasons that I double saved on 2 different files is so that after we hit up the jail and the motel, if necessary, if it turns out that we should have gone to the bank or something, first of all, we're going to have all of day 3 to visit it. But second of all, I can load it and I can go to the bank instead, so that way we've got a safety, we've got a backup. Because I think that that's going to be important. I'm also tempted to swing by the police station and ask them about the diamond robbery, actually. I don't know how much time that will take, though, because I don't know when the jail closes. Okay, I can load it, so I'm going to chance it. I want to see how much time it takes, and we need to know when the jail closes or stops taking visitors anyway.
That's the name on my shield.
Okay.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
Sparkle debarkle. That's a touchy subject around here. A lot of money went missing, and no sign of it anywhere.
Okay. We can also ask him about Carl Brewer.
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
We thought Brewer was on vacation to beat this heat. Instead, he's as dead as a one-horse town whose horse just died. You must be happy.
I didn't kill him, in case you're wondering.
Don't get sore. We're investigating. You didn't like Brewer, that's all.
If you're going to suspect everyone who disliked Brewer, you're going to have to suspect half the town.
Okay, so we've got those clues now.
Trouble.
How much time did that take? I'm trying to learn here. Okay, so it is now 3:30. That took an hour? Really? I feel like it shouldn't have. Okay, so that still means, though, that I feel like we have enough time to do both of these things. I hope. Okay, so to the jail.
It'll be closed by the time I get there.
Okay. Okay, so that does tell us then. Then in that case, let's check the Palm Tree Motel.
The Palm Tree?
Okay, so they, on the other hand, are open later. That's great. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to step back into the office. I'm going to load it. And we're going to skip the police station. And we're going to go to the jail instead, which was my first instinct anyway. So that is, like, I want those clues, but that is my fault.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise.
For wasting that time when I wasn't sure if I knew better or not. Okay, good. So if we go straight to the jail, then we can get there. Alright, so this time, let's go ahead. We'll give him the cigarette.
I like you.
I think that helped his memory, assuming he has one.
Okay. So now, let's see. The photo of Dan, right?
Are you a friend of his?
Maybe. I haven't met him yet.
When you do, I wanna word with him. He's a scrawny little chicken, but he's got plenty in the brains department. Me and him and Freddie Krill reported a job about a month ago.
Okay, good. So we're getting the same clues. And we need to show him the photo of Angela as well, because this is how we found out initially that Angela and Dan were together, if I remember correctly.
She was Dan's girl.
Yep. Okay. So now let's just go down the list here.
Tell me about Dan.
Me and him.
Okay, Angela.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
That nightclub singer.
Freddie.
Tell me about...
I wish he was alive. He called.
Okay, Louise.
Tell me about Louise Creel.
She's a real looker. Her sister Angela was a looker too.
Okay. Thumbs, of course. We'll ask about himself.
Yourself.
I'm a good guy.
Okay, the First National.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
I heard about that. A nice haul for somebody, huh? Look, I might know something about that, but it'd have to be worth my while. You get me? Find Dan Small, and the three of us can have a little chat.
Okay. Now, we didn't get a chance to ask him about Carl Brewer before.
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, fair enough. And I think that is all that we need here.
Thumb's story had the honest ring of a man too stupid to lie convincingly. I was inclined to believe him. But if he didn't kill Freddie, who did?
Okay. Now, next thing, we've got plenty of room to grab the photo of Dan and Angela and the stethoscope, and also the railway key and the diamond, because I believe those are the 4 things that we needed. In order to get access to those things, we need money, which we have, and we need Brewer's PI license is what we used last time. That worked. So the only thing that I think we need is the wrench. So what I'm going to do is that'll put us at 9 items. Just to be safe, I'm going to put Brewer's gun license in the trunk, because I don't think that we need that. Not for right now. Then we're going to take the wrench, because we know for sure we'll need that. And I told you earlier that I had a theory about the plunger, or something at least that I wanted to try. So I'm going to take that with us, because you might recall that when we went to the Palm Tree Motel before, I said I wish that we had had the plunger with us because I wanted to try it on the sink and I didn't know what else it would do. But so this time I want to actually see what it will do, if it does do anything. I am expecting that it's probably just a waste of time. because before, when one of you suggested that I should try the wrench directly on the pipes, it worked. So the important thing is that we have room for Carl's stuff, because last time that screwed us over. So let's see. Carl Brewer.
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
God, I hope
Nothing
not.
to tell.
Okay, now this time, also, he said something about, like, when we talked to him before, I noticed this. He said something about a couple bucks or $2, like he named a specific amount. I'm going to see if we can spend less money this time. I gave him 5. I want to see if 2 will do, because he actually said that number.
Thanks, Santa Claus.
Okay, now let me show him the photo.
This guy ever been here?
Yep. June 15. He paid some money in advance, but that ran out last week. Still owes us 14 bucks. Left his luggage. We kept it. He was in room 11.
Where's his luggage now?
Cost you 14 bucks for a look.
Now, this is also really important. The reason why is because when we were previously here, because of the sequence of events and the running back and forth and the order in which we asked the clerk here about things, and just how the situation unfolded, I made a mistake. I interpreted this as Carl Brewer had been staying at the Palm Tree Motel. And I even said that, like I referenced that earlier in this episode, saying that it closed the loophole, right? That the pencil being there and Carl's body being there, that made sense. But just now, showing him the photo of Dan and him saying that that was Dan's luggage, that changes things. Because that made me realize that was my mistake. I thought that was Carl's room. That was Dan's room. It was Dan who was staying at the Palm Tree Motel. So he is the reason that the pencil was over near the crusher that killed Freddy. Which makes it even more suspicious that Carl Brewer was shot there as well. So it's his room that we were going up to investigate. And that also means that the locker at the railway station was not Carl's, which didn't make a lot of sense because he had an office. It was Dan's, and the notebook is Dan's. And he had Freddy's combination lock combination written down in it. And that kind of comes together because that also means that Dan is the one who had the stethoscope. So I feel like the mystery is becoming more mysterious, but at the same
Dan's
time...
clothing.
See?
If someone leaves a motel without their clothes, it means one of 3 things.
The game even told me. It said Dan's clothes, and I just didn't pick up on it. For some reason, I thought that Carl Brewer was the one staying here.
Makes a good footrest.
Okay.
Say, bud, I could tell you something else about that mugshot you showed me if I could just remember what it was.
Okay. So... give him a couple more Doras.
Does that help your memory?
That it does. You ain't the only
Hey,
private dick flashing that photo.
we saved $6.
Had a big guy in a few weeks ago. A New Yorker.
Carl Brewer.
Whoever. He didn't make it worth my while, so I didn't remember anything for him.
Poor Brewer. He couldn't even get into the Palm Tree Motel.
Okay, excellent. So, this works out because not only did we save some money, but we have everything that we need. We are well ahead of the schedule that we set for ourselves last time.
That's Dan, and that's Angela. Did I steal Dan's girl, or did he steal mine?
Okay. So now, let's head upstairs.
Hey, buddy, can I use the bathroom?
This time we won't screw this up.
Do not disturb, mister. Can't you read?
This time we're just going to show him the PI license.
Seamus!
Room's free.
I bet it is. And we have plenty of money since we took Carl's money.
I hate divorce work.
That we can pay to get the key.
Give me 11.
Give me $2.
There's your money.
Thanks.
There you go. That's
and
where
I
he...
hope your stay is like a tropical holiday here at the
Palm Tree Motel. Yeah, so that is where I got the $2 from. Okay, there we go. So now we should have enough room. Yeah, because all that's left here is the diamond. And the key. Okay, excellent.
A railway locker key.
Move the bed back. There was nothing else over there. Now, here we go. Now, see, I didn't think of this until you said it, so I hope that this doesn't, like, lose the diamond. Surely it won't. But we can use the plunger on the sink. The reason that occurred to me is because over in their office, all they have is a sink, and that's what the little plunger is for, is specifically for the sink. Ew! Ew! Oh, God! Oh. Okay. Okay, so I don't really think maybe that it does anything, but that rattling noise tells you something is in there.
A diamond in the drain.
Okay, and we still got the diamond. Excellent. This makes a lot of sense, too, because when I thought that this was Carl Brewer's room, it didn't really, like, I couldn't understand why there was a diamond in the drain. But if it was Dan's room, well, if Dan was involved in the diamond robbery, he had some diamonds. So it makes more sense. I don't know why he was flushing them down the sink, but whatever. Okay, there's nothing else here, so we'll go ahead and give him back the key.
Thanks. I hope.
And, okay, now it is nighttime. Let's see here. I don't think we're going to need Brewer's PI license again right away, so to save space, I'm going to put it away. Anything else? Not yet. Let's see. I think the plunger and the wrench can go back there. That seems reasonable, and I'm also trying to remember, like, kind of what I did last time. Okay. Good, good, good. We didn't find a use for the stethoscope yet. Let's see here.
The railway station.
Okay. This should be, I think, the only time we need to come here unless we're going to drop something off.
Wrong key.
Oh, that's the wrong key. Oh, there we go. Okay, I clicked on the wrong door. That's not the same thing, Scott. Oh, you recognize it? Oh, man. Yeah, so because we know that this is an Australian game, right? Like, it's set in America. And, of course, an American would never recognize most of the stuff if it was in Melbourne or Sydney or Canberra or something like that.
Dan's Little Black Book.
Okay. We've already got that combination. 581.
Now I've got my own place to hide things.
Okay, so the locker key. can go in the trunk as well. I'm glad that it's recognizable. And the book can go back here. Okay, phew, we are moving right along. Oh, actually, speaking of moving right along, what time is it? Okay, it's almost 9 o'clock at night, which means we're getting close to bedtime. However, look at what we have accomplished so far. Look at what we have done in the time that we have taken to retrace our steps. We have successfully brought the investigation almost back up to the point where we left it before, when we got screwed over on deadlines. So, this is great. My list is pretty much complete. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else really to check off except that we do need to go to Carl Brewer's office. I want to see if maybe we can get in there tonight.
The building where Carl Brewer has his office. I suppose if I solved more cases, I could afford a building like that too.
Okay, let's hope that the clerk is still asleep. Yep. Excellent. Good, good, good. Yeah, that's kind of my hope.
The desk clerk was asleep.
Because, see, part of it is that, like, they know that he's dead a day early. Now, of course, we didn't come here before day 3 last time, when we, like, on our previous investigation. So they already knew he was dead, but at the same time, you never know. Oh, I almost forgot. So, one of you told me, and I really appreciate this. This is kind of like not a spoiler, I guess, but I should have thought of this and left it in my inventory. There's something else we need the plunger for here. You get back in. Because, see, you can use it on the door. One of you kindly mentioned to me the hairpin has a limited number of uses. And I am so glad that you told me that, because if I had been trying to pick a lock with it and it broke at an inopportune moment, I may have lost my shit, because this game puts enough pressure on the player already. So the hairpin can apparently only be used like a few times. We've already used it once to open that crystal cabinet and look at the first national pictures in Louise's apartment. Last time, because we had used it to pick a lock before, I used it here on Carl's office door in order to pick this lock, because that made sense, and to my great satisfaction, it worked, so that was a sensible puzzle. However, that uses up another hidden use of the hairpin that I didn't know about. So there is a way that you can apparently break into the office without using the hairpin, and it involves the plunger. And I hate it, because it is one of those things where, as in many point-and-click adventure games, sometimes puzzles will have multiple solutions, and one of the solutions is a sane one, and the other solution, or solutions, are less so. Now, because I know what I'm about to do, it actually kind of makes sense. And one of the reasons it makes sense is because I play too many, like, tabletop role-playing games. So, like, I have done this in Dungeons and Dragons at some point. You may be able to guess, and if you want to guess in chat, that is perfectly fine. But yeah, you need 2 items here. One to hang onto the glass, and the other to cut it. Yep. Yep. And you keep the plunger and the diamond, so you literally just cut a hole in his door, and you're using the plunger to hold the glass so that it doesn't, like, fall out and break and make a noise and wake the clerk up. And that is something that you can actually do. Now, the way that he did it is not how you would have to do it in real life. But yeah, that you understand my frustration as well. Absolutely. But it saves a use of the hairpin, and that could be important. So since it doesn't cost us anything, other than the time that it takes for me to explain it, no harm is done.
Brewer's file. Brewer's...
Okay, so let's see. Nothing. This one has the hip flask. I'm going to take that because we had not found a use for it yet, but we had also only just picked it up before day 3 ended, and we did not know, like, what else it might be for. Okay, we're going to take this tuxedo as well, which needs to be laundered, apparently. I don't know what we will need it for. We'll probably have to dress up at some point, I guess. And I don't think we found anything else.
Checkmate. Brewer's desk.
Yep.
A globe. Brewer's desk.
Okay, I think that's it for his office. Okay, so we have the hip flask, we have the tuxedo. That is, like, literally everything.
The place stank of donuts. So, any good clues from here are now probably in a police evidence box downtown.
Okay, but we know what the clues in that evidence box are going to be, which would be his wallet, right? His gun license, his PI license, his notebook telling us that he was tracking Dan to the Palm Tree Motel, which we no longer need any of those, the ones that we already don't have, and a photo of Dan, which we started the game with. So again, that means that we can avoid that puzzle entirely. We do not have to give Denton that donut, and we do not have to struggle through that QuickTime event. So now let me, very quickly, I'm going to take the plunger, and I'm going to put it in the trunk, because I don't think that we're going to need it. And I'm going to check the time. Okay, it is almost 10, which means I think that we should still have enough time to go over to Jake's joint and maybe ask them a couple of questions. So I'm going to try that. That's how we will end the evening here. Oop, I went too far.
Jake's joint again.
Okay. Ignore Jake, of course. And in for $1.
Which ones will I throw out?
Ooh. Got a pair of 4s to start with. I'm going to go bold because we don't need to win these hands anyway, really. Let's see if we can get something in addition to a pair of 4s.
I'll have 3.
3 cards here. 3 my way.
And of course we threw away a 5 and drew a 5. Alright.
Gigi stayed. Mickey raised. Red called. Gigi called.
Hey.
Well, his pair of aces beats our pair of 4s. That's fair.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
Okay. Let's see. We need to ask about Thumbs.
Tell me about Thumbs Mackenzie.
Thumbs comes in here one time and...
Okay, that's the same clue. Let's play another hand.
Which ones will I throw out?
3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Oh, wow. That is so close. Dang, man, I don't know what to throw out. We have 2 hearts and 2 diamonds. I'm going to throw away the 3 and hope that we get a 6.
I'll take 1.
3 cards here.
We did not get a 6.
1.
Gigi stayed. Mickey stayed.
Fair enough.
Red raised. Gigi raised. Mickey raised. Red called. Gigi raised.
Oh my goodness, can y'all just
Mickey
play?
called. Red called. Hey.
Pair of kings, alright.
Okay, Scotty.
Let's ask about First National.
What do you know about the diamond robbery at the First National?
Sorry, Anger. We don't know nothing about that, but keep trying.
Okay, that's what they said last time. Let's try again.
Which ones will I throw out?
Oh my goodness, again. 2, 3, 4. Let's throw that out. Maybe
2,
we'll get
thanks,
something
Mickey.
else.
3 cards here.
And of course we got an ace and a king.
3
Great,
cards.
thank you. I hate y'all.
Gigi raised. Mickey red. G Mickey red. G Mick red.
Uh-huh. 3 of a kind and a pair.
Okay, Scott.
What about Carl?
Tell me about Carl Brewer.
We heard he tried to bench press a 2-ton pile of bars.
He was a bit depressed. Or at least his head was. That's funny.
You hated him, didn't you, Anger?
I could get to hate you, Gigi.
Never mind. Let's just have a friendly game of cards. Who's deal?
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. What else do we have to ask about? Louise, I think? I'm gonna do that because I want Scott to know in character that she came here in case it becomes important
Which
later.
ones will I throw out?
Ooh. Hey now, that's actually not a bad hand. It's all red, but it's not all the same suit. But I daren't throw that other 9 away, because a pair of 9s is all we have. Dang it. Okay, well, we still got a pair of 9s.
I'll have 3.
2 for me.
3 miles.
Okay, well that didn't
me
change
2.
our hand, so...
G Mick red. G Mick red. G Mick red red.
G McRed.
Mick red.
Oh my goodness.
Mick.
And he had a pair of kings, and that's all he had.
Okay,
Well,
Scott.
okay, well...
Tell me about Louise Creel.
Louise Creel, Freddie's wife. Huh?
Alright, I think that's all we can learn here for right now.
Thumbs McKenzie told people he was off to sort out Freddie. Then the cops found him with a body. Either he was stupid, or he was set up to be stupid.
Oh. Alright, well, time to go back to the office because we know the bank is closed.
I'm pretty tired. Back at my office.
Okay. So, things have gone pretty well, y'all. We have caught back up to where we were, pretty much. And more importantly, we actually have some new clues. We know more about Dan. We know more about Carl Brewer. We found his body over there at the Foundry and solved that puzzle. And I feel better knowing what the cutlery is for. So that it wasn't useless to carry that around, because I just picked that up on a whim when I'm so glad to have that puzzle solved. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it here, because what we have now at this point is... Here we go. Diamond found at palm tree. Okay, so he is keeping these notes. Took photo of Louise outside bank. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we have made great progress, because what this means is that literally every single clue that I think that we had by day 3 last time, we now have by the end of day 2. So we have all of day 3 to investigate other leads. The only thing that we did not manage to do was we did not go back to Louise's apartment and open the safe. And I'm not sure that we could have done that. Maybe we could have. I don't know how late she was there, but also we needed to go to the jail, and we needed to go to the motel, and we needed to go to Carl's office. So we did those things. I think we've done great work. I think we did fantastically well. So thank you for being here with me and bearing with me as we redid the entire investigation. But I think that it paid off. So I'm going to come back next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., with the next episode of The Dame Was Loaded. And we're going to pick up with day 3 of our investigation yet again. But this time, things are going to be different. This time, we're going to start with a little bit more information. We're going to start with a few more clues and some more ammunition in our investigation. We've got the whole day to find Dan Klein. I feel pretty good about this. I definitely feel better leaving this episode here than I felt leaving episode 3 on a dame over. So we've got to go back and open that safe. And we probably need to hit up the newspaper and the police office maybe to find some more info. But yeah, with y'all's help, I think we're going to get through this. I think that we will solve this mystery by the end of day 3. And I can't wait to see what happens next. So I will see you all next Monday at 7. And in the meantime, please do follow and subscribe here on Twitch if you're not already. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, then be sure to like and subscribe here as well and turn on notifications so that you don't miss when I update. And follow me on Twitch, Facebook, and Pillow Fort too. And I'll catch y'all for the next round, whether that is another episode of The Dame Was Loaded, or if that happens to be our Thursday or Saturday streams. Come over for those as well. I'll see you there whenever it is, whichever game it is, and as always, thanks for playing.
I think I'll call it a day.